Romance is one of the most profound and rewarding human experiences. The search for love and connection with another person is a journey that spans all times and cultures. However, courtship, or the art of winning someone's heart, is a skill that has evolved over time, adapting to social, technological, and cultural changes. In this article we will explore the strategies to be successful in courtship, whatever season you are in. The relevance of this topic is unquestionable, since romantic relationships continue to be a fundamental part of human life. In an age where social and technological dynamics are constantly evolving, understanding strategies for successful courtship is essential for those seeking love and meaningful relationships. Let's examine the tips and ideas that can help you decipher romance in any period of history. Tip 1. Know yourself. Before starting a successful courtship, it is essential that you know yourself. This includes understanding your own needs, values, goals, and identifying what you are looking for in a relationship. Practical example: set aside time for self-reflection. Ask yourself what you value in a relationship, what your personal goals are, and how you imagine sharing your life with another person. The more you know yourself, the more confident and authentic you will be in the courtship process. Tip 2. Develop communication skills. Effective communication plays a crucial role in successful dating. This involves the ability to listen carefully, express feelings and thoughts clearly, and understand the needs and desires of the other person. Practical example: during a conversation, stay present in the moment and listen carefully to what the other person is saying. Ask open-ended questions to encourage expression and avoid interruptions. Also, share your own thoughts and feelings honestly and respectfully. Tip 3. Be authentic and genuine. Authenticity is a valuable trait in courtship. Being yourself and showing your true self is the best way to establish a meaningful connection with another person. Practical example: don't try to be someone you're not to please or impress. Instead, be honest about who you are, your aspirations, and your flaws. Authenticity creates a solid foundation for genuine relationships. Tip 4. Show real interest. Showing genuine interest in the other person's life, interests, and perspectives is a powerful courtship strategy. This creates an environment in which the other person feels valued and understood. Practical example: ask questions about the hobbies, passions, and experiences of the person you are interested in. Show that you are really interested in getting to know her and pay attention to her answers. Tip 5. Create a foundation of trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy and lasting relationship. Building a foundation of trust is essential for successful dating. Practical example: be consistent in your actions and words. Keep your promises and be reliable. Avoid behaviors that could undermine trust, such as being dishonest or breaking commitments. Courtship is an art that transcends time and culture. Understanding the strategies for successful courtship is essential for those seeking love and meaningful relationships at any time. Knowing yourself, developing communication skills, being authentic and genuine, showing authentic interest, and building a foundation of trust are key principles to figuring out romance. Remember that dating is a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. As you apply these tips to your life, be open to learning from your experiences and adapting to the other person's needs and desires. Romance is a worthwhile journey, and if you incorporate these strategies, you will be better prepared to achieve success in your romantic relationships. If you've made it this far, comment below with the word 100% to confirm that you learned about this video. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel. Let's move on. Deciphering Romance: strategies for a successful courtship at any time of the year. The evolution of the parade through time. Courtship is a dance as old as humanity itself. From ancient times to the digital age, the art of courtship has evolved, but its essence remains unchanged: the search for connection and companionship. In a world where swiping right has replaced the exchange of timid glances, the relevance of courtship persists, adapting to new forms of communication. This article delves into timeless courtship strategies that transcend fashions and media, offering insight into how to navigate the complex waters of modern romance. Section 1. Communication, the language of love. Speak with intention. Communication is the backbone of courtship. Learning to dialogue with clarity and intention can be the key to opening someone's heart. Practical examples and case studies. In the modern world, this can mean choosing thoughtful text messages instead of impulsive ones. A case study might look at couples who have used handwritten letters or emails to strengthen their long-distance relationships. Quotes and statistical data. To communicate is to connect, says John Powell. According to the Journal of Marriage and Family, couples who effectively communicate their expectations and feelings are 50% more likely to be satisfied in their relationship. Section 2. Authenticity, be true to the connection. Authenticity is attractiveness. Being authentic never goes out of style. Successful dating requires an honest presentation of who you are. Practical examples and case studies. One example is the growing trend of online dating profiles that emphasize genuine interests and passions rather than filtered photos. One notable case study is the story of a couple who connected over their shared love of volunteering, reflecting their true selves. Quotes and statistical data. Be yourself, others already exist, advised Oscar Wilde. Studies show that people who present themselves authentically are perceived as more attractive and trustworthy. Section 3. Patience, the virtue of courtship. Time is an ally. Patience is essential in dating. Respecting each other's time and space can create a solid foundation for romance to flourish. Practical examples and case studies. An example would be giving yourself time after a first date instead of pushing for an immediate response. A relevant case is that of couples who waited to get engaged and discovered that patience strengthens their long-term relationship. Quotes and statistical facts. Patience is the support of weakness. Impatience is the ruin of strength, said Charles Caleb Colton. A study from the American Psychological Association suggests that patience in relationships is closely related to satisfaction. Section 4. Learn, grow together. Dating is a journey of discovery. A successful courtship usually involves learning and growing together, accepting that the relationship will evolve. Practical examples and case studies. Couples who dedicate themselves to learning a new hobby or skill together can strengthen their bond. A case study could examine how mutual learning has led to a deeper and more meaningful relationship. Quotes and statistics. Love is not just looking at each other, it is looking in the same direction, said Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Studies indicate that couples who experience learning experiences together have a higher level of intimacy. Reinvent the parade for modernity. We will conclude the article by reiterating that, despite changes in courtship modalities, the principles of effective communication, authenticity, patience, and shared learning remain universal. Romance, at its core, is a tapestry woven from threads of time, attention, and care. In the digital age, where connections can seem fleeting, applying these timeless strategies can help cultivate relationships that not only survive, but thrive. The article concludes with a reflection on how, regardless of the season, successful dating requires that we be conscious, intentional, and, above all, faithful to ourselves and others. If you've made it this far, comment below with the word 100% to confirm that you learned about this video. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel. Let's move on. The subtlety of touch, communicating attraction through body language. Introduction, the silent dance of flirting. In the complex ballet of human attraction, few elements are as powerful and subtle as body language and touch. Far from being mere physical gestures, they are forms of communication that can express interest, create tension, and strengthen bonds, often without saying a word. In the current context, where interactions are often filtered through screens and keyboards, the role of touch and body language takes on a new role, becoming an almost forgotten art in seduction. This article explores how the conscious use of touch and body language can be an effective way to seduce, always respecting the other person's boundaries and consent. Section 1. Reading signs. Attention to nonverbal language. Sensitive interpretation. The first step in seducing is understanding and responding appropriately to another person's body language. Practical examples and case studies. The ability to read whether someone is comfortable with physical proximity or whether a light touch on the arm is welcome. Case studies may include analysis of fruitful encounters in which body language was used to establish a connection. Quotes and stats. Body language is the most powerful nonverbal communication, says Joe Navarro, former FBI agent and body language expert. Research suggests that 55% of communication is nonverbal. Section 2. The art of playing when less is more. Mindful touch. A light touch at the right time can be incredibly seductive if done respectfully. Practical examples and case studies. A casual touch on the back while guiding someone through a door or a gentle brush on the forearm during a conversation can increase intimacy. A relevant case study could explore the dynamics of touch on first dates and how it affects perceptions of attraction. Quotes and statistical data. Touch is the fundamental sense, says Dr. Helen Fisher, anthropological biologist. Studies show that gentle touch can increase the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Section 3. Mirroring, synchronicity that seduces. Unconscious imitation, mirroring someone's body language, can create a feeling of empathy and attunement. Practical examples and case studies. If someone leans forward, doing the same can indicate interest. Studies on the success of negotiations and romantic encounters have demonstrated the effectiveness of mirroring. Quotes and stats. Mirroring is flirting, says Nicholas Boothman, author of How to Pick Up Someone in 90 Seconds. Studies show that couples who mirror each other are perceived as more connected. Section 4. Posture and presence, the language of power. Mastering presence. A confident posture and calm presence can be extremely attractive. Practical examples and case studies. Maintaining an upright posture and eye contact are essential. Practical examples may include how charismatic leaders use their posture to influence and attract followers. Quotes and statistics. Body language communicates power and energy, says Amy Cuddy, social psychologist. Research indicates that an open posture can not only alter how others perceive us, but also how we feel about ourselves. Tactile communication as an expression of attraction. In this article we explore how body language and touch can communicate interest and seduce in a respectful and consenting way. From interpreting nonverbal cues to practicing mindful touch, mirroring, and safe stance, these techniques have the power to create a deep connection. However, the key to success lies in empathy and respect for the other person's limits. Seduction is not just a matter of strategy, but a dance of mutual communication and consent. We conclude with an invitation to readers to reflect on how to integrate these methods into their own lives in ethical and meaningful ways, strengthening authentic human connections. If you've made it this far, comment below with the word 100% to confirm that you learned about this video. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel. Let's move on.